Hi everyone, Seb Chaps here, and today we're going to talk about Ccx-box and how to build one. That's going to be our prototype number 3. And here are the different parts. The case, it's an A09. You can find those on Amazon or from AliExpress for something around $60. The PSU, 450 watts. The motherboard, an H61S, also in the range of $50. It's a mini ITX, so 17 centimeters per 17 centimeters. For the graphic card, we're going to be using an RX 6400 low profile, averaging 200 Canadian dollars. It's close to 60% of the total price of this build. CPU is going to be an i5 with a cooler on top, of course. We need some DDR3 for this motherboard. We're going to be using 2x4 gig and an SSD 256 gigaoctet. So first, let's have a closer look to the case. We'll remove the side panel or top panel. We can put this case vertically or horizontally. There's a support for an SSD. We won't need this one since we are using an M.2 SSD. So we will remove the support. And we will also remove the screws for the front panel. So this way the front panel is loosened up, so we've got more room to install our component later on. The front panel's got a power switch, 2 USB, microphone and jack audio. Pretty basic. See, now we loosen up the front panel. Untie the cables and put them away. Now remove the plate at the back for the GPU, since we won't need it. And now we can install the PSU. Just have to find the perfect angle to fit in. And that's also why we loosen up the front panel. And then we're going to put the screws at the back to secure in position. For the previous prototype we were using an external power, so for this one we opt to get the power inside, so everything is in one place. Now let's prepare the motherboard. Place the button battery, the CR2032. Remove the protection for the CPU and place the CPU matching the triangle. And secure it in position. Now before putting the CPU fan, we're going to place the RAM, so we've got an easier access. So there are 2 sticks of RAM. They are dummy proof, so no chance to put them the wrong way. And while we've got clearance, we're going to also place the SSD M.2. So this is our CPU fan cooler. So it's got a back plate we're going to put at the back of the motherboard. We just have to remove the tape protection. Place it and stick it. Those CPU cooler come with some paste already in place, so we don't really have to add some paste. Unless we think we can do a better job. Then we position the cooler. There's 4 screws that we're going to screw in a cross pattern. Until they are totally tight. And then we plug the fan. On the CPU fan plug, of course. Now our motherboard is fully ready. So bringing back our case. use a piece of cardboard here to position the motherboard, then plug all the cables so that the cables for the front panel, for the power switch, and also the HDD light, those are easier to plug outside of the case than inside. That's why we are processing this way. Now we are plugging the audio cable. The USB cable for the two USB in the front. Now the power for the motherboard from the PSU. And also the power for the CPU, which is a 4-pin here. We have to put in place the backplate. And now we have to slide the motherboard inside. So we remove our cardboard, of course. Come with an angle. That's why it's very handy also to have the front loosen up, because it's easier to push a bit on it. There's no much place where you can grab the motherboard other than the, I would say, the fan for the CPU. That's where I'm holding it. Now it's in place. We just have to make sure everything fits with the back plate and secure the motherboard with 4 screws. Now everything is in place. We have a bit of a cable management to do. Since it's still a prototype, we won't go crazy on the cable management. The idea for the moment is to make it work and see that everything is operational. Now we are screwing back the front panel. And we are just pushing those cables on the side, trying to fold them so they are not in the way when we're going to place the GPU. I'm using some tie wrap to hold them all together. can definitely improve this board. But as I said, it's a prototype. We're going to be using a riser for the GPU. It's going to have to be bent, so I'm trying to figure the angle and the ace shape is going to have in the end. This RX 6400 GPU comes with two plates. So I'm going to be using the longer one here, so I had to replace this short one which was installed. It's a nice tiny GPU, it fits perfectly in this case. Here I'm making sure I'm not squishing any cables. Needs a bit of persuasion. But everything's fine if you come with a proper angle. Now it seems in place, so we're going to secure it with a screw. I mean, almost in place. Now we're almost done. Let's put back the plate, side plate. Two screws to keep it in position. I'm going to also add another screw for the PSU. And we are done. The last thing to do is to put a sticker on it. Well, it took us approximately 25 minutes, 30 minutes to assemble this entire Ccx-box unit, and now it's up and running, and it's already running a full node, and it's mining using XMR stack, and we are also using Conceal Assistant. to make sure everything is up and running correctly. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this kind of video. Have a nice day.